Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Wheeler and I have a visitor with me today, a guest.
John Shackle. Yay!
John Shackle has been helping me with the Dungeons and Dragons 5e miniature series videos. And today we're going to talk about high level play because we are actually running a game. Well, I'm running a game and John is playing in a high level game. We are now level 19.
Hopefully maybe 20 by the next week.
It could well be. I haven't calculated the XP for a little while. It's building up. I know I need to do
My
it.
advice, time travel in D&D games don't do.
There has been a lot of time travel recently. We've had lots and lots of it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing the wish spell used yet again.
We shall see.
We'll see, yeah. Maybe that won't happen. But right now, we've played through literally from Hoard of the Dragon Queen.
Yep.
We played the Rise of Tiamat after that.
Yep, that was your special version of it.
My special version. Apparently my special version included a few other things. So my special version had a battle scene. So Lord of the Rings, that last battle sort of scene that you have at the very end, I stuck that in there. We were flying on dragons. And
we did really, really well in that part. But then when he stuck us in front of a treasure pile, yeah.
Yeah, you went back to the treasure pile 4 times. 4 times? Yeah. Bad things happened. End of world stuff. So they had to use wish to correct the mistake.
And divine intervention.
And I believe Tiamat, it was 12 people sitting at the table on that day.
Yeah, that was entertaining. That was the beginning of the end for my character. No, it wasn't.
No.
It was like Tiamat did something, I sneaked attacked it. Someone else did something, Tiamat responded that I attacked back. Yeah. He tried to fly away. No.
So, when I think about Hoard of the Dragon Queen, personally I didn't really enjoy running Hoard of the Dragon Queen. The first part of it I was fine with, although it was horribly difficult to start.
The first part and the last part, yes. But the random road trip of doing absolutely nothing bored everyone.
Are we there yet? Fred, are we there yet? Are we there yet? No, we're not there yet.
And it was even worse that Fred decided, because he has really bad rolls, absolutely nothing happened during that time. We had a second table at that, playing exactly the same area, and they had so many encounters, it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Land cultists.
Land cultists, yeah, let's not get into the land cultists. Yeah, attacking villages is not nice.
No.
It does not mean that they are land cultists. Anyway, I didn't really enjoy that. I felt that the end of Hoard of the Dragon Queen with the Skyreach Castle was really fun.
Yeah.
And it was a cool chapter. I mean, that's really what drove me to run it.
Yes. It was kind of funny because Fred's table botched it beyond belief.
Oh, yeah.
Our other table, I
it.
actually swapped to the other table at that stage. We three-manned it and pretty much saved the day.
Yeah. I had a group of like 6 or 7 people at my table and they ballsed it up so badly they crashed the castle, smashed it.
2 words, murder hobos.
Murder hobos, yeah. They saw treasure chests and they just went bananas. And that's like because they spent so many levels not being able to touch a huge hoard of treasure. It was torture for them. Torture. And they just lost it. Rise of Tiamat was a different story, but that was very much a role-play adventure.
Yeah.
There was a lot of role-play in that. Not so much combat. There was a lot of negotiation. I really liked that particular adventure.
Yeah.
Even though there were problems, that was very much a skeleton. I actually had to build a lot of stuff in to actually make it work. And I did in fact add another chapter which was cut out called the Frozen Castle, which you guys played. That's when you guys...
We actually got to fix the castle back up.
Yeah, fix the castle.
Because his group fucked it up.
Yeah, that's right, they did. Yeah, they had to find the castle, they had to fix the castle, and then they had to get it back to the Well of Dragons.
Yes.
Yes.
Good old Well of Dragons.
Yeah. Tiamat didn't really survive at all. Tiamat just got beaten up. 12 players.
Tiamat.
Yeah. Didn't work out well at all. And then we played a whole bunch of different adventures from Paizo that I ran.
That was with different characters though.
Oh, that's right, it was
Yes.
too, because we actually switched over to a
Yes.
different campaign.
That was when we was doing different nights as well. So yeah, we did. You wanted to do something different. You wanted to try the your weapon skill and stuff.
Ah,
He started a kind of. We all got this magical weapon, and it grew with us. So every level we kind of got something a little extra. Yeah, let's just say his version was if anyone else but the player characters grabbed their own weapon, they would get a shit ton of electrical damage. So as player characters, we figured out ways to abuse this ability by, say, letting enemies pick them up, or better yet, there was a certain player character that we were able to convince, and I do apologise to this one person numerous times because he fell for it, to give it to his shopkeepers, and of course the ability would outright kill them. The first time we all had a bit of a laugh. The second time he felt a bit sad and he wanted to reincarnate him. Raised dead him, and we kind of played a trick on him and he raised a dog. I think said dog is still alive somewhere.
yeah. Things didn't go well. But anyway, they can't identify at that shop anymore, and nobody will touch their magic weapons as a result of that. And that worked out really well. I feel that having a magic weapon that, even if it was just one, that grew and adjusted with you, and that was tailored to your character, was more useful than picking up a whole lot of stray bits and pieces that may or not be useful to you, and really made you have to decide, well, I've got 3 or 4 magic items, most of which will probably have attunement requirements, and I've got to decide which one I'm going to carry. And it means that particular weapon is so important, losing it is a big deal.
Yeah. Though none of us did end up losing it. So.
Yeah. We're now playing from Rise of Tiamat. We went to Revenge of the Giants, I believe.
Yes.
And Revenge of the Giants is actually a 4th edition adventure. Don't yell at me, please. Okay. And that's been a lot of time travel and correcting problems, and truthfully, I have no qualms. At this point, killing your characters is almost impossible.
Yeah.
Unless they kill themselves by doing something really, really stupid.
And we have done really, really stupid.
Yeah. Bags of holding or bags of devouring, inside bags of devouring, and black holes and all sorts of horrible things. But I'm sure they'll fix that all up, because I like gods now. You really can't hurt high level characters. 19th level, there's not an awful lot you can do. I did a video on high level play. It always seems easy when you do a video about, okay, these are the different things that people have done, but when you actually have to do it yourself, totally different kettle of fish. So I still think that at some point that campaign will come to an end, and hopefully it'll be satisfying for each character. But not necessarily going to work that way. 19th level, it means I've really got to get things finished up pretty quickly.
Yeah. I mean, let's put it this way. I'm playing a rogue fighter in his campaign. For the last 5 sessions, I've been a frontline fighter and he's only dealt me 10 damage. Everyone else has taken a little bit more damage, but because it's like I'm good at dex saves, I'm good at con saves, I'm good at charisma saves, I'm good at wisdom saves. Anything he throws at me, I tend to usually go, whatever.
Yeah, I can't do anything with you. Yeah, so I could try other avenues, but it would mean throwing something that doesn't fit into the adventure at that point. That would be out of place, this is the problem. And I've dumped everything from meteorite swarm on you, more than once.
Made it easy.
They're still alive.
Yeah, everyone but me and a monk survived. The rest of the party got hit hard for these things.
Yeah.
Like the cleric we had almost died outright from 2 meteor swarms. But we all managed to...
Yeah, but they didn't die.
No,
they still didn't die.
Yeah.
Meteor swarms like 20d6 fire and 20d6 bludgeoning.
It helps to have a paladin.
Oh my gosh. And you still can't take them down. What else would I throw at you that was more powerful than that? I just can't think of anything.
Cthulhu and power armor.
Okay. Okay.
So that's when we know we really screwed up.
So, in terms of your experience, how have you found playing from level 1 right up to the higher levels? Have you enjoyed playing at the higher level or not?
It's kind of a mixed one there, because I like the challenge of the early stuff, because you kind of go, oh no, a hit from a goblin can finish you off in one hit. Once we got past, say, 6th level, things got a lot easier, because once you add the feats and that kind of thing, feats pretty much break games. I will say that now.
Well, I have in mind.
Yeah. I mean, I have Sentinel, I have Mobility, I have something else. And as I said, just that combination with what I have, it's just like, I hit hard when I hit. I hit fast, and I take literally zip all damage. I may not have the greatest AC, but I still tend to usually get away with it.
Mm. Okay, so in terms of how I've put out or dealt with magic items, has it been satisfying, or have there been issues that you felt were... Well, come on, say it. Say it.
Okay, let's just say some of our party members got somewhat extremely greedy, wanting bags of holding. I was happy to get a bag of holding for each character. I was happy with that. But then our wizard at the time decided to mind control the shopkeep and give us a crap ton of bags of holding.
I didn't resist that.
Yeah, I know you did. And I mean, me and Fred looked at each other, and I could tell what Fred was going to do. He swapped them, instead of bags of holding, bags of devouring. So pretty much our two only good wizards we had decided to be dumb enough to stick their hands in said bags, get sucked in. Unfortunately, one of the mages had a crap ton of other bags on him, so he set off a chain reaction and destroyed half of the Sword Coast.
Yeah, well, it happens sometimes. I imagine that gods do this all the time, like destroy parts of their worlds and then like have to sort of reconnoitre things because they were accidentally in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they, brushed their teeth the wrong way. What about, I mean, considering that though, and some of the actions that other people have had in the game.
Yep.
Have you felt that how I've dealt with magic items was reasonable or unreasonable?
I'm going to say yes and no with that one.
Okay.
You expect level 19s to have at least 1 or 2 bags of holding. I will say that. Pretty much only one person in our group has a bag of holding. Okay, that's fine. I'm like, whatever. We have a magic weapon. It's powered up to our level. But I would think at, say, level 19, level 20, you would have 1 magic weapon, 1 magic piece of armor or shield, and maybe 1 or 2 utility items, like wands or, rings, things like that.
So see, I could do it that way, and I did in a previous campaign on the weekend, and there were a lot of magic items that you guys had,
yes.
and you could make magic items, you were crafting them and so forth. And
that's if certain people would get plans.
Plans, yeah, that's right. You guys were getting plans for fairly mundane or pretty common or uncommon things that weren't too out of the box.
Yeah,
they were pretty standard stuff. But I think one of the things I found with magic items in 5e is, and 3.
You have too much. You have too much magic items. You are unkillable.
Yeah. Well, you guys are really
unkillable now.
You're unkillable even without your magic items. You can take all your magic items off you, apart from maybe your adamantium weapon.
Lightsaber.
I mean, even if I took all your magic items off you, short of some creatures that have immunity to damage.
Yeah.
To damage, not conditions, but damage. You guys can stomp anything into the ground.
Yep. I mean, I remember one fight that we had against a golem, and believe it or not, sneak attack with a torch won us the game for that one. We had a fighter that was holding off, taking the damage, but none of us had a weapon that could deal full amount of damage to it. It was only sneak attack with a torch that killed it off.
That was pretty funny. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's my view on magic items at that high level. Whether that'll be what I'll do in the future is still, I don't know. But I know I can't do what I would do in 3.5 or even 4e, because it just wouldn't work. and I'm still trying to figure out the best way. And the problem is I haven't been able to get players at my table to shift their way of thinking, because they're still working off 3.5 and 4E, which is I have a whole lot of magic items.
Yeah.
And if I give you a whole lot of magic items, there's just nothing in the monster manual that causes you trouble.
Mm.
You know, the Tarrasques, you haven't even faced the Tarrasque, but I know you guys stop it.
We probably would.
You'd stop it. It would be like 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of miscellaneous magical items. You know, items that give random effects, like a ring of protection. Ring of alter self. Things like that. Things that don't use combat abilities. Yes, you can use so things like that. I do find, especially for role-playing purposes, or if we need to do non-combat, that would help us. I do think that you could possibly throw in a few extra things like that.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair comment. I guess what I've done is I've essentially given you guys, right now, I've given you guys a levelling up a weapon or piece of armour that's become more and more powerful, apart from last time when we levelled it up and you guys got a quirk. And I'll tell you, putting it in a quirk, when you level up a magic item, players don't consider that a level up. They consider that a big finger to them, and they were...
2 people actually got annoyed with this. Mine made whooshing noises, and when I hit things it made a gong noise. Again, lightsaber. It glows blue, it does force damage, it's a lightsaber.
Okay, so about 1/3 of my table were a bit annoyed.
Yeah.
Okay. And 2/3 were fine with it.
Yeah, one was actually annoyed because he was the only one that actually got screwed over.
Yeah. I rolled a number that...
Yeah. I mean, my one makes noises. Another one had to draw blood to use his weapon at the beginning of the day. That's fine. There was another one that thought he was a complete smartass, overconfident little git. I'm sorry, but that backfired on that said person. And then you had our main tank person. His disadvantage was he had to sleep 10 hours instead of 2. So, I mean, that was literally like, wow. The rest of us got quirks. You got a big finger up the, you know...
Yeah, 10 hours for a long rest is rough. And I guess the other thing I would say in terms of playing in 5e from level 1 right through to level 19 is, has it been a more enjoyable experience compared to 3.5 or Pathfinder? Do you play Pathfinder?
No, I've not had the pleasure of playing Pathfinder. I do watch people play Pathfinder, but it just seems a bit too complicated for my taste.
Fair enough. What about 4E? I mean, previous versions of the game. I've
played just about every previous edition all the way back from the very beginning. This is why I've loved 5th edition, because it's taken the best of 1 to 3 and stuck them together. We're not mentioning 4. No one should play 4. I'm sorry if you like 4, but I don't like 4.
Yeah, I ran 4 because it was easy for me to do initially, and as they got higher in level, my players fell in love with the game more and more and more, and I despised it more and more and more, which is why 5e came out and I was happy. I still don't feel that it's simple enough. I still feel it's too complicated to teach to some kids.
Yeah.
And I still feel like there needs to be a version of the game that you can teach to 5-year-olds. So those people who've got kids and been out of the game for a long time because they've got to look after babies and kids, can get them into the game, and it's so simple that they could manage.
Kiddie version D&D.
Kiddie version D&D. I still feel there's a big market for that. There are a lot of people who can't play because they're looking after kids, and
they get to play bunnies.
Yeah. Is there anything else you can think of in terms of our campaign so far?
And pretty much like you were saying before, just because we've been able to play our characters from level 1 to 19, it's made the characters feel better. Like, I know some especially Pathfinder, they have pre-mades at certain levels. I don't think I could do that with high level characters if I've never played a high level character before, because you kind of need to build into your character so you know what works with that class or with what you have. And like I said, because I've used that character since the very beginning, he's had some minor changes, but I'm actually quite happy because I've been able to grow into that character.
What about, because I have a retraining mechanic. I mean,
Yes.
I don't do house rules much.
No.
And if I do have a house rule, I usually don't write it down.
No. His one is we're allowed to retrain, or we're allowed to redo our characters in between sessions. I've only, like I was saying, I've only modified maybe one of two things from my character. I know some of the others have remade their characters from scratch, so...
And the only thing that I don't allow them to change is their character name and their gear and their gold.
Yeah, which is understandable.
So, what about monsters? When you think about monsters from previous editions of the game and monsters now in 5e, and the progression from level 1 to level 19 in terms of monsters, where do you see there being pluses or minuses, positives and negatives?
Well, that's kind of what I was saying before. 1 to 6, we kind of felt, we could get munched on at any given time. Once we got past level 6, we kind of were like, oh yeah, we can wander around a layer of hobgoblins and not really care. And then now that once we got past level 15, yeah, sweet, we can deal with gods, no problem, one-on-one.
Well, they're talking to gods all the time, unless of course they talk to a god they've already annoyed. But that hasn't happened too much.
Hail Tiamat.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I found that monsters at low levels are pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
And I would say level 5. By level 5, I feel like players are capable of dealing with most things, and that the challenge rating system breaks down.
Past that, yeah.
Past that, there's no formula, and really formulas don't really work if you're dealing with. It's a big variation, because you're not just dealing with the number of people at the table. You're dealing with people's experience level and how they combined and use their synergies and their classes and their feats together and their abilities. If they are really good at doing that as a group, then they can deal with a lot more. Whereas somebody who's less experienced in the group, or a group that is very, very new to the game, they might find it much harder. And I know you guys decimate pretty much everything now.
Yeah. I mean, the last adventure we ended up fighting a platinum dragon, a whole horde of giants, and we're like, yeah, okay, we're done. It did help that a lot of us were rolling really good numbers, because as I said, D&D is a numbers game, I will say that. Some days some of us can roll really, really badly, and then there are some days that literally all the numbers that were coming out were 18, 19 and 20. That was insane, that session.
Yeah. So, anything to add in terms of playing right through the levels, right up to 19?
Not really that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, it is great to be able to level your character up to 20 and then go, okay, sweet, they become gods or they become whatever. But then it's also nice to go back to level 1 every once in a while, just to have that fear factor. Or if they get stuck in Barovia.
Stuck in Barovia, yeah, we're dealing with that right now. And that's probably what we'll wind up doing. I think we'll probably wind up. I was considering running the weekend game as a high level game all the time, but I actually think that will probably not be very helpful, because it's clear to me now that people will follow that. They've been following it for 2 years.
Yeah.
One campaign in a store.
Uh-huh.
In a cafe or a store, depending on where we could be.
Yeah.
And it'll come to an end, which all things do. But I guess I wouldn't change what I've done. I will probably modify things, but I won't change an awful lot. And what we do next, who knows? I'm still deciding that.
Level 1, 2 of horrors.
That seems cruel, but okay.
We have faced it. Okay, in his game, I will actually add, we have just met the creator of Tomb of Horrors. And so pretty much it's like, I can see that as a segue into the Tomb of Horrors.
Yeah, we certainly could. Maybe an alternate reality, because I don't...
And that would be the only way he'll kill us off.
That'd be the only...
Because it is brutal.
Yeah. Not to say that that's what I do. I mean, I don't have... It's not like when characters die in my game.
They stay dead.
They don't stay dead.
At high level, even if one of us do go down, it's just like we have clerics, we have other versions.
Wish, things like that. But I don't really get emotionally connected to that sort of thing, because I know that if they want to keep playing it, I'll let them keep playing it.
Yeah.
Even if they get burnt in lava, there's always a way back.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty much all we have, or all I can think of in terms of high level play, right from level 1 right through to level 19. If you found this video helpful, please share, like and subscribe. But make a comment if you have any questions about the campaign that I've been running, because I've pretty much done the Tyranny of Dragons and then moved into another adventure, which is actually very similar to the Storm King's Thunder in some ways, but also very, very different. It is themed around giants. I'll answer those questions. You just got to ask the right questions. And yeah, till next time, keep rolling those 20s. Thank you, John. You have your dice back. Excellent. Does it glow?
Yeah, it does if it rolls a 20.
I have to roll a 20.
Yeah, you got to roll a 20. Yeah, you got to roll a 20. There we go.
Oh, it flashes.
Yeah, it does flash.
Okay. I'll see you later.